Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2018 Chicago White Sox.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. And now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Matt Davidson. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. He hasn't had much success times as well. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And this one is gone. A home run. So a two-run shot to left center. His first homer here in the series as the White Sox move ahead 2-1. Certainly a tape measure shot there as we take a look at it with our show track technology. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Matt Davidson. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
Now a swing and a deep drive to left. Gone! Solo shot here to left, his second home run of the game, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece. I'm sure you know what's coming after that bomb. That's right, let's check it out on Show Track, and as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over 450 feet. An incredible home run to watch. Striding in once again, Matt Davidson. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far, and looking to add to that here. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Running hard, he's digging for second. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. Ready for another shot now, number 18. A hit in 2 tries so far. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first down. Ready for another chance, Tim Anderson. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Popped up. And they'll just tag him here for the out. Matt Davidson will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game as he was off to a fast start indeed. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He's through first and hustling for second. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
Good piece of hitting there, but you can't help wonder what might have been if the previous play didn't unfold like the way it did. If he doesn't get tagged out, he probably scores on that one pretty easily. Instead, it's just a 1-out double.
Number 18.
Runner breaks for third. That's lifted the other way out to left. Brantley brings it in, and now they might have the runner caught off second. Throw back to second, and that's a double play. Digging in and looking for more, Matt Davidson. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. Lined hard to center field. But he will make the catch on the hard hit ball out there, and that will conclude matters here as this ball game is over. Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory.
And leading off for the White Sox.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Hitter, Matt.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Bauer into his motion. Here's the 0-2. Line shot to first, and there's one away.
And leading off for the White Sox.
First pitch on its way.
Matt Davidson.
Hit hard up the middle. And the White Sox have their first hit of the game.
Hey, this team has been shut down offensively up until this point, Dan. But right here, team's first hit of the game in the 5th inning. Let's see if it sparks some offense.
You know, this will be interesting, D-Row, to see if they can crack this guy's code. A lot of times, once you get that first hit, several begin to fall after that one. So it'll be interesting to see if this guy can put the screws on this one and tighten things up and not allow any more base hits.
0-1, here it comes. Grounded back up the middle. He'll go to the bag for one. On to Alonso, but it won't be in time, and they'll just get the one. So to the plate is the White Sox DH, Matt Davidson. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Line down the left field line, but this will be foul. Hit hard toward the right side. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3. And the gamble will work out. He's in at second base with a 2-out double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with the single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of role they...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Matt Davidson, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Now on line drive, that's going to get down. This might do it. And this series is tied at a game apiece as they will walk off winners.
Man, the postseason always seems to deliver big moments, and this was no exception. A walk-off in the final at-bat ends it, and there's bedlam at home plate. Wow!
Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously...
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike.
Leading off for the White Sox, the designated hitter.
First pitch on its way.
Davidson.
Oh, and he misses it. Still look.
Batting fifth, right fielder, number 18.
The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Kipton is showing off his range. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all. Leading off the inning, Matt Davidson. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple.
Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Chisenhall going back. Gone to lead off the inning.
When that pitch was grooved right down.
Digging in to try it again, Matt Davidson. He'll lead things off in the pale hose half of the sixth.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind.
Up next for Chicago, Matt Davidson. He leads off their half of the eighth, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Naquin looks up. Gone to lead off the inning.
Well, that wasn't exactly a nail-biter, but it's always nice when you can get an offensive explosion like that and save your closer for another day. A comfortable victory.
Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here and what turned out to be... MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the American League Division Series.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Matt.
First pitch of the at-bat on.
Find the ball, find the ball, find the ball.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Get dirty, get
Run
dirty,
is
get
in
dirty.
to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead. And he's safe.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%. Not trying to do too much. Able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
So he sets him down swinging. Number 18 goes down for out number 2 in the top half. The 1-2. This is line to left. And he will get there to make the running play. And digging in for his second at bat, Matt Davidson. He singled his last time up. Line drive to left. And this will be taken in out there just a few steps in front of the track. Ready once again, Matt Davidson. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. And that's off the left field wall. The throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Well, he's certainly not shy, is he? He goes up there looking to be aggressive and takes a big rip right here. Squares it up and lines it for a double that goes all the way to the wall. Great work out of him.
All right,
Little
stand up,
chopper
stand up.
back to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down. Digging in once again, Tim Anderson, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Hit on the ground out to short. Lindor gloves it. Throw on to Alonso takes care of him, and that ends. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Matt Davidson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will as it heads to the corner. A fair ball. Poor base running there. Got him caught in a hot box between first and second. And it's in time. He's out at second as a good relay gets him.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score.
And leading off for the White Sox.
Kluber's ready. Here comes the first pitch. Way in front of that fastball. High pop-up. Alonso shading to his right. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Ready now for the White Sox. Matt Davidson comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Hit well on the ground to first. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Dan, that can't bother you too much as a pitcher. Guy swinging first pitch.
Now, one of the things you want to do, D-Rose, you have to try to get ahead with the first pitch. You want to throw one of the first 2 pitches for strikes. Unfortunately, sometimes when you bring the ball in the strike, base hits, but hopefully he can minimize the damage here.
Runner back safely. Davidson, base runner at first with 1 out. And another throw over. And he'll dive back in safely. And again a throw. And a dive, but he's back in there. From the belt, kicks and deals. Hit out towards second. Oh, look at Kipnis. He's out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. Runner in scoring position with two gone. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Popped up.
All right,
Lindor
you're up.
settles under it near second. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. And they'll tag him out at the plate. And that will... So here's the cleanup hitter, Matt Davidson. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Naquin's under it. Two gone.
Leading off in the bottom of the ninth. Designated
First
hitter,
pitch on its way.
Davidson.
There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases.
Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will, and Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by.
Now batting.
Standing in now, number 18. Line drive to center field. Geyer is there, and he has it for the first out. Into the box now, Tim Anderson. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. A swing and a ground ball to third. Kipnis back to first, a double play, and we are. And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. He'll be the one to lead it off here in the top of inning number 10. First pitch coming. Here it is. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first gets him. One out here to lead off the 10th. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball taken right down the middle.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle, center cut. Tough pitch to take.
And a swing and a miss, so a perfect start to the 10th here. 2 up and 2 down. Striding in for the Indians, Monty Chisenhall. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. And the pitch. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Popped him up. Sanchez is there. And that's the third out. Now batting, Adam Engel. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. A drive to left. Get out of here. Get out of here. Gone. They win it. Santa Maria. A solo shot here to left. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Well, they know their work is nowhere close to being finished, but they've handled their business so far, winning here to punch their ticket to the ALCS and a possible trip to the World Series. Well done.
Not a lot of fireworks, but that narrows the candidate list for our top player of the game. And the man you see here was a key Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Who stands out?
Batting fourth, the designated hitter.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Oh, this ball is hammered out to deep center field. And it's gone.
I'm sure you know it's coming after that bomb. That's right. Let's check it out on Show Track. And as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over 450 feet. An incredible home run to watch.
Striding forward now is the DH, Matt Davidson. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around.
The last at bat, Nettie.
And he goes with the pitch here and drives it the other way to deep right. And it's gone as they add still another. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Matt Davidson. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far and looking to add to that here.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So
Matt Davidson will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his 2nd home run of the game as he was off to a fast start indeed.
Base hit into right center.
And he will beat the throw into second as he slides in safely with a 1-out double.
That was pretty obvious in live action that ball was hit hard. And after analyzing it with our Show Track technology, we see that our eyes did not deceive us. 114 miles an hour was the exit velo. An impressive swing of the bat.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Betts on the run. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson.
Now batting, shortstop, Tim Anderson.
The 3-1. Hard hit to first.
Stand up.
Moreland's there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. White Sox ready for another chance. Matt Davidson. It was a 2-bagger for him in his last at-bat. Here it comes. Back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's putting together a monster line in this one. They just can't get him out. So the 2-out hit keeps the top of the 8th inning extended.
Man, talk about having a good game. Like most guys, this would be a good week. 4th hit of the game, and 2 of those D-Rose round trippers.
Yeah, he's going to have a smile on his face for a while here, Dan. These are special nights. You have to enjoy these. These don't come around often, and he is taking full advantage of it.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding of. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason. And that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Danny, who stands out?
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Matt
Here's the first pitch to him. Well, the shortstop's got him played perfectly as he takes this. Digging in for his second at-bat, Matt Davidson. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Swing and a line drive. But a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Liner toward right center. And a high bounce will take it over the outfield wall, and he kicks off the inning with a ground rule double. So here is Avisail Garcia. Lifetime against Chris Sale. Just 3 for 14. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Tim Anderson. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. This is popped up. Moreland over to his right, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Throw back to second. Striding in once again, Matt Davidson. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Sale sets. First pitch on the way. Line drive to left. And a dive in left, but he can't get it. It'll get by him toward the wall. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. That makes it 7-5 now. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
Not every day that you see a ball come off the bat like that one did. And looking at it again on show track, we see it a lot faster than it came in. 113 miles an hour. Couldn't have hit that one much better than that.
Here comes the 1-2 from Sale. Grounded up the first baseline. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it 7-6. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Matt Davidson. He's roped a couple of doubles in 3 trips to this point. Now a big swing by Davidson, and he connects. A ball carrying well. And as is heard on television all throughout Chicagoland, you can put it on the board. Yes! A solo shot here to left. His 3rd home run of this series, as that'll pull him into a tie at 7-7.
And we'll employ the use of our show track technology to get a better idea of that home run. And you see it there, 111 miles an hour off the bat. He certainly squared that one up well.
Ready for another shot now, Matt Davidson. 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. And now pitch on the way. Hit sharply toward the right side. Now a dive in right, but he can't haul it in, and now this is going to be big trouble out there. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will, and show track tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by.
Here comes the pitch for Garcia. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. Not quite out of here. It's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
The pitcher hadn't recovered. Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory.
And leading off for the White Sox.
Here comes the first pitch.
Hitter.
And that's off his leg on the mound. But he is able to recover as he gets the out at first. One away now. Digging in to try it again, Matt Davidson. One in, one out, and one on here in the inning. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Oh, and he goes the other way, and he drives it out to deep right center field. And they take the lead. It's gone. So it's a two-run shot to right center, his fourth long ball of this series, and it gives the White Sox a 3-1 lead.
I can tell you one thing, you might get away with throwing the ball.
Matt Davidson will stand in again as we flash you back here to the fourth inning. This was a two-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Liner in there for a base hit.
He's lucky it's only a single back up the middle and not a double in the gap or a home run. Pitches like that in a show get absolutely hammered.
So here is Avisail Garcia. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. And he digging in and looking for more. Matt Davidson. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
Hard line, to the right side. There is Pedroia, and there are 2 away now. Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top. So to the plate is the White Sox DH, Matt Davidson. In prior matchups against Drew Pomeranz, he's 1 for 4. And that one swung on and missed 0-1.
The pitcher has to find a way to minimize damage here. Maybe take 2 outs for 1 run. Who cares? Get a double play, pop up, strikeout, something to get you back in this inning.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted. High and deep. Gone! It's a grand slam. So 1 swing, and he unloads the bases on that one. His 5th so far in this series. And the White Sox will move out in front 4-1.
And that is why you just can't put yourself in a bases loaded situation. You've got nowhere to put the hitter, and he knows it.
And now here's the cleanup hitter. For the White Sox, Matt Davidson. He went deep for a grand slam in his first at-bat. Line to the right side, and that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Up next for Chicago, Avisail Garcia. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. Pedroia back to first, but he wasn't able to get enough on the throw, and they'll just get 1. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Matt Davidson. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike.
There's a good knuckle curveball right there. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between a curveball and the knuckle curve? The knuckle curveball.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head. One-hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
Now a bouncing ball hit to Pedroia at second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Ready once again, Matt Davidson. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1.
Bobby Cox always used to say, I'm going to put you in positions to be successful. Well, against a modern-day bullpen, easier said than done. These guys are throwing flames from all arm angles.
And that will conclude matters here in the 7th.
Yeah, and that's just a punch to the gut of the home fans as they watch their team fall behind in the top of the 9th. Then they can't get it done at the bottom and come away with a loss. Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory.
For the victorious Boston. Batting fourth, designated hitter, Matt Davidson.
First pitch of the at-bat on it. Way in front of that fastball.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Count remains at 0-2. Drilled right back up the middle. Gloved by Bogarts. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So here's the cleanup hitter, Matt Davidson. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now the first pitch here from Price. Back up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Here it comes on 0-2. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be two. To second for one. Back to first, and he throws it away. Digging in once again, Matt Davidson. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. And that swung on and missed for strike one. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error thus far for the White Sox. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the White Sox. They lead it 1-0.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball these days. Both of these pitchers pitch awfully well. It's a shame one of them had to lose this game.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Ready now for the White Sox, Matt Davidson. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Hard on the ground towards short, and that's through for a hit. Some 2-out success to keep the top of the first alive.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
Stepping into the box, Avisail Garcia. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Striding forward now is the DH, Matt Davidson. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Lifted in the air out to right. On the move is Betts. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Matt Davidson. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Hard hit ball to second. Up with the ball is Pedroia. They'll whip this one to first in time. Next will be the designated hitter, Matt Davidson. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Oh, might not have been where he was hoping to put that pitch, but he somehow gets a swing. Anyway, strike one. Hit high and deep out to left field, but it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Throw into second, not in time, and he's in there with a double.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. On the ground to the left side. And try as he might, but he can't escape the tag. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he ended up handing things off to his bullpen.
And leading off for the White Sox.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Max.
A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy has had a monster postseason so far.
Here's a look over first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Chopped weakly to the left. And indeed, he won't look at second. He'll just flip it on over to first to take this sure out. Davidson, the runner at second with one away.
The shortstop, Tim Anderson.
Line to the right side. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And the run is in to score from second. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Nothing fires me up.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Matt Davidson. He reached on a single in his first try. Takes this the other way to right. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Yeah, some guys have the ability to rise to the occasion while some guys shrink away when it matters the most. Well, this guy is a gamer. He's been on fire since the postseason started, and after that hit, it looks like he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Grounded to short. DeYoung fields it cleanly. And the throw will be wide at first as it pulls him off the bag, and a run's going to score. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson.
Shortstop, Tim Anderson.
The 1-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Fowler has a read on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And they get the double play at third. Striding in, Matt Davidson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Hits this one hard the other way. Taken in by Wong. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Striding into the box, Matt Davidson. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Here comes the first pitch. Shot toward right center. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. 1 run is scored. And he's in safely to third as 2 runs come across to score away from the play. Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will, and Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by. 0-2, here it comes. Back up the middle and through into center field, a base hit. 1 run scores, the throw to the plate. The tag, and they get him at the plate as 1 run scores, but not the second.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
And, fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game. And this man right here... The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public.
And leading off for the White Sox.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Davidson.
Hard hit ball to short, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
Right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And that'll get down for a base hit. He'll get it into second. And that's out number one. Digging in, Matt Davidson. A base hit in his first trip.
Matt Davidson.
Here comes the first pitch. Drilled to the left side. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Boy, you know, in today's game, D-Roll, pitchers are being taught high velocity, go get ahead, strike one. Boy, that didn't work in that situation.
Yeah, and guys have such put-away pitches, Dan. You don't want to go super deep in the count. Find yourself with 2 strikes on you, and here comes a nasty slider or a nasty split finger. He had an approach right there. He wanted to use.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. So it's 2 runs. Now at the plate, Matt Davidson. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far.
Matt Davidson.
Try to check it, and it's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Line shot to third, and the side is retired. Standing in, Matt Davidson. And he's got an opportunity to turn this narrow lead into a wide one if he can cash in here. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. 1 run scored. And the second run is in. It's now a 5-1 game.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his.
Now batting, right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
3. Ball 4, big play.
Fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Who do you have your?
Batting fourth, third baseman number 24.
First pitch coming. Here it is. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that one is gone. Settling in now, Matt Davidson. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that back.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Pham looking up, gone to lead off the inning. That home run is definitely worth it. Matt Davidson will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. And the pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And that is through into right field for a single.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy has had a monster postseason so far.
Right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
The 1-2. This is line to left. And a dive in left, but he can't get it. It'll get by him toward the wall. Davidson rounds the corner and is headed home. He'll score easily as they pull within 1 here. It's now a 5-4 game. Digging in, Matt Davidson. He singled his last time up. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. The windup and the 0-1.
Come on,
this one's down to third. Taken in by Carpenter. Throw on to first, and Wainwright has it working now. 2 away.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final.
Batting fourth, third baseman number 24, Matt Davidson.
From the stretch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. Line hard down the line and right. But this will land foul as he didn't miss by much. The 0-2 once more. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble.
Come on, go.
Abreu rounds third and is digging for the plate. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Well, with 2 away, the man on first, he was moving on contact, and he got a great jump and comes all the way around the score on that double. Always nice to snag the early lead, and they've done it here.
Right fielder.
Into the box, Avisail Garcia. And the White Sox looking for more here in the game's opening frame. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. At the plate, Matt Davidson. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a line drive. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And the run will score from second here as that breaks it open to a 6-0 lead. So here is Avisail Garcia.
Now batting, right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Make the turn,
Soft
round
liner
it.
to the left side. And he'll go the short way to retire the side. Digging in and looking for more, Matt Davidson. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Pham racing back. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Ready for another chance? Matt Davidson, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Go hard.
Hits this one hard the other way. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Boy, talking about having a game tonight, that's his 3rd RBI of the game with that base hit, Dero.
Yeah, he must be hungry because that's 3 ribeye steaks for the big boy right now.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Striding in once again, Matt Davidson. Singled homer run in his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And this will kick off the fence now up against the Cardinal bullpen. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
Some guys just lay back and watch that first pitch go by no matter what. Work the count, make the pitcher waste a few pitches, but when he serves up a fastball like this on the first pitch, it's hard not to go after it. And that's just what he does. He jumped all over it.
Fowler brings it in, and now they might have the runner caught off second.
Throw back to second, and that's a double. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game. And this man...
Batting 4th, third baseman number 24, Matt Davidson.
First offering on its way. Fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
Hey, he finds himself in a tough situation early, and he's going to have to execute a pitch to get out of it. But if he does, it'll build confidence.
Hammered the other way to deep right field. Back goes Fowler to the track, to the wall. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back.
Yeah, these guys came into this game with a plan, and they've executed it.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Matt Davidson. He hit a big 3-run bomb in his first plate appearance. From the belt, kicks and deals. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Onto the grass hill and gone. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Matt Davidson. He'll be in there to start things out against Adam Wainwright.
This guy's having a pretty good week.
And he might have another one as this is hit high and deep out to left. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. The relay
absolutely scorched that base hit. Worthy of some show track love, and as you see it, it came off the bat at 110 miles an hour. That's definitely squaring a ball up.
So here is Avisail Garcia. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Avisail Garcia.
The short, hit hard.
DeYoung's got it.
And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Digging in to try it again, Jacob May. He was a ground out victim last time up. The 1-2. Grounded to the right. Wong is there. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
I mean, Yadi, when he first broke on the scene, was a first and foremost. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he's involved in really nice offensive play.
On to first, and the Redbird rally goes for. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Matt Davidson.
He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally,
well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Tommy Pham. 2 for 3 for him so far, including a triple. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Third, Davidson has it. And that's the first out. Matt Davidson will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3 in the inning. Back now on the show. More reactions now to this series-clinching victory. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new world champs.
Final line score tonight. First for the victorious White Sox.
And a welcome to those of you just joining us today on MLB Network. You've come to us at the right time. Pedro Strop is on the mound looking to keep this game tied, but these fans are hoping to celebrate a walk-off victory. Here's the first pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting 1-0, I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. And the next batter will be Mike Freeman. He got under one and popped out his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Liner toward right center. Shepler moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Line towards center field. Hamilton is there. 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman.
Here's Chris Bryant now. 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. Here comes the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Hamilton is there, and it's a 3-pitch inning. Ready for another shot now. Eugenio Suarez. His career line against Pedro Strop. Pitcher zoned him. He's a paltry 1 for 11. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. No balls and a strike to count. A 1 pitch on its way. A bouncer up the middle. There to play it is Zobrist. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Now batting, left fielder.
In now for the Reds, Adam Duvall. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Sliders in for a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
There's another slider. That's back-to-back good sliders, and this guy's breaking ball is really good. And when he's throwing it well like he is, and he's confident with it, he can throw it 3 or 4 times in a row. A really good slider in this one.
And that brings up Scott Shepler. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And this is the case of a guy taking one for the team. I think he could have gotten out of the way of this one, but he leans into it and puts himself on board. Now he represents the winning run, so it's a good move.
Fastball in there for a called strike. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
This is why this guy is so effective. He's able to pound the zone, get ahead in the count, and now he has so many options to go to. I really couldn't tell you. It's a flip of the coin as to what he's going to throw right here.
Now a bluff here as he steps off to looking back at first. Possible winning run stands at first with 2 out here. Before the pitch, a check on that winning run at first. Runner's back. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least 1 more. Michael Lorenzen takes the mound to start the 11th inning.
Number 21.
Digging in once again, Anthony Rizzo. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Hard liner to center field. Hamilton has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he is into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will. And Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by.
And that will bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. And the throw gets him at first on as fine a play in the hole as you're ever likely to see. 2 away now. Here's Javier Baez.
His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggle.
And the throw is in time to get him. Ready once again, Phil Gosselin. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Phil Gosselin.
The pitch. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. The 1-1 home is taken for strike 2.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and they get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Digging in the switch hitter, Tucker Barnhart. His career line against Pedro Strop, batting at an even 400. Here's a strike. In his career, Barnhart is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. Little dribbler down the line. That winds up foul. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away. Ready now for Cincinnati, Billy Hamilton. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1.
Pretty good slider out of him right there. That pitch is definitely a big reason why he's pitching so effectively right now.
Behind 0-2 now. One and 2, the count to Billy Hamilton. 2 out, nobody on.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least one more. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Ben Zobrist.
Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. With that, the Cubs get that base hit was screaming off the bat, and our Showtrack technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive. Here's Jason Hayward now, as he will swing at the first pitch and line this one into left center, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Here comes the go-ahead run. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
Boy, those have to feel really good, Dero. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
Throw on to first, in time, 1 away.
Center fielder, number 5.
First pitch on its way. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. The relay on to second, but he's in safely. As also on the play, a run comes across to score. Here's Chris Bryant now. Head-to-head numbers against Michael Lorenzen, who brings with him a .313 batting average.
On the ground, back up the box, and it'll get through into center field, a base hit.
Hack on another here as the runner scores from second.
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. Bryant is on his way home. He comes across to score as it's now 7-3.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around from first to score.
Peraza is up with it on to first, and there are 2 down. So in now for Chicago, Ian Happ, runner in scoring position with 2 down. From the stretch, here's the pitch. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. Duvall going back, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one.
I'm cold in this booth, so I know those players have to be cold out there. But it doesn't matter to him. He still has enough power to knock it out of the park. To the opposite field, no less. Now that is some man strength.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and it's a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Moving under it, Schebler. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Settling in now, Jose Peraza. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here.
Jose Peraza. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cubs.
Ready. Here's the first offering. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Baez has a play. 1 out.
The first baseman, number 19.
In is Joey Votto now. The numbers head-to-head with Steve Cishek. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Eugenio Suarez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And he runs it in on him and gets him to swing through it for strike 1. 0-2 the count to Suarez.
Can't say he's tickling around the zone. Those last 2 pitches were pretty much grooved right down the middle, but it didn't bite him.
Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The Reds down to their last strike. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Man, that was definitely a hard-earned victory, but that's what's going to make it even more satisfying. They take it in 12 innings on the road, and it's all smiles now.
9-3 the final. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Jose Quintana is on the mound here in the 8th, trying to preserve his shutout, but he does find himself in a bit of a jam. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
Boy, the Brewers haven't done much up to this point. They need to get something going, and they need to get it going.
And he'll snap one over to first, and he'll get back in standing. Villar on second. Bandy on at first with 2 down. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad spot. 0-2. Let's see if he can battle back in this AB.
And he misses there. 1-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. In is Christian Yelich. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
0-1 the count. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a bouncing ball, foul. Ground over to first. Oh, look at the stop by Rizzo. He is out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ryan Braun. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit back up the middle. Russell has it. Throw gets Braun at first as he grounds out for out number 2. Ready for another shot now, Domingo Santana. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Strike one to start the at-bat. Lifted down the line in left. Schwarber is in pursuit, and he tracks it down. And this ball game is over.
Wow, not only are complete games rare in this day and age of Major League Baseball, but a complete game shutout. This guy was in total command from the first inning through the 9th. Totally dominant in this one.
10-0, the final shutout score in this one. The Cubs If you're just tuning into us this evening on MLB Network, you couldn't have chosen a better time. Kyle Schwarber is at the plate here, having already gone deep twice in this one. Maybe we'll see number 3 here. He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard to the right side. Aguilar takes it in, and he'll step on. 8-6 the final score tonight. The Chicago Cubs took the lead in the 2nd inning and rode that until the very end. And a welcome to those of you just joining us today on MLB Network. You've come to us at the right time. The Chicago Cubs are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over.
1 ball, no strikes to count.
Now the 1-0.
His fastball taken high for a ball.
Don't expect this pitcher to throw something over the heart of the plate. He's going to have to stay on the corners right here. Huge spot in this game. Do not miss over the heart and get beat.
It's 2 balls and a strike to Josh Bell. Now the 2-1.
Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
And he missed with this one up around the noggin. Now it's full.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
Fouled off. And a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the 9th. Here's David Freese to stand in. His career line against Pedro Strop. He's 0 for 8. Here's the first pitch to him. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Plays off again, and it's 2-0.
Do you take your chances in this situation as a hitter, knowing he's just missed outside 2 pitches in a row, and dive a little bit and try and drive something in the opposite field?
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the Wade pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
Up next for the Buccos, Sean Rodriguez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ball 1. Count of 1-1 to the Pirates' first baseman.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
A ball and 2 strikes to Sean Rodriguez. Pittsburgh down to their last strike. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking for the final out. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that he did.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? 41,118 on their feet here at Wrigley. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. Pitching and defense game 2-1, the final score this afternoon. The Cubbies jumped ahead in the 7th inning. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. John Lester still on the mound to start this 9th inning. He's got a shutout working to this point, so we'll see if he can finish this thing off. On the ground to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Here's Ender Inciarte. His past history against John Lester, he's got 1 hit in 19 tries. And that's waved at and missed for strike 1.
Hey, I know it's a day game, but these guys better wake up. He's on point today, throwing a lot of exploding stuff, darting and diving all over the strike zone.
Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. Missed with a breaking ball.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
In the air out to center field.
Waiting on it is Almora.
With 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Takes a knee-high fastball.
You have to find a way in this situation to look in that on-deck circle and find a way to get your best hitter to the plate with a chance to tie it.
And he fouls this one off. Now this crowd of over 38,000 on their feet. Two out, nobody on. Final strike for the Braves. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. A 2-0 finish today. Chicago led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. John Lester notches his third win of the year as he allows only We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Drew Smyly is back on the mound to start the 8th. He's been dealing to this point as he tries to keep this shutout effort going.
The Braves have been looking for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a big time for that.
And this is swung on and missed there by Suzuki, and he's in trouble now, down 0-2. Fouled away. Markakis at second. Freeman is over at first with 1 away. The 0-2 once more. Lifted in the air to center field. Almora is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Digging in to try it again, Charlie Culberson. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And that misses, ball 1.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either.
1-1-1.
Starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Boy, this is a big inning, Bruin. How about back-to-back-to-back singles? The bags are loaded.
Your attention.
On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. And the next in is Johan Camargo, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And there's ball 1. No runs on 6 hits and no errors so far for Atlanta. And he strikes him out. So a missed opportunity at the plate as he strands. Striding in once again, Albert Almora, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. Now a hard liner. Foul. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. Markakis on the run. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Here's Chris Bryant now. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA. And what is he doing? He shows up, Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Inciarte is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2. 1 for 2 games so far. Swung on and hammered. No doubt about this one. Watch it fly. Into the bleachers and gone. A solo home run for Kyle Schwarber. Home run number 3 here in the early going as the blowout continues.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
Grant Dayton comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Hard liner to center field. Inciarte is going to have room out there as he... And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. A sinker over the outside corner for strike 2.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. The 1-2 is outside for a ball. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2. Payoff pitch one more time. That's lifted the other way out to left. And not the start they were hoping for as the leadoff man is kept off base to start the 9th. Digging in once again, Dansby Swanson 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. 1 out, nobody on. Cishek pauses, looking for the strikeout here on 0-2. And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now. The next to bat for Atlanta, Lane Adams. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Hey, I don't blame this guy right here. I would have took the first pitch myself. All you got is kneecaps and elbows coming at you.
And it's quickly 0-2. Now what's left of this crowd this afternoon gets to their feet. Now a swing and a miss on a pitch that tied him up in knots, and the ball game is over. 11-0 the final shutout total in this one. The Chicago Cubs. Now from the windy city of Chicago, the California-born right-hander is on the mound. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Kyle Hendricks is not one of these overpowering guys. He's a little bit, great straight changeup. Not a true slider. The key to Kyle Hendricks, induce.
Meanwhile now, this is a fair ball down the line in left, and that ought to be good for extra bases. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
He was not messing around in that at-bat.
And that's through into right field for a base hit. He'll come home with it. But this won't be in time as he's well safe and the run scores.
Hey, he did an amazing.
Ready for another chance? Albert Almora. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
I mean, there's no secret right now. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everybody wants up at the plate right now. They're feeling frisky. They're all pulling the trigger early, and it's working.
Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Chris Bryant. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following single.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
And another throw over. A dive, but he's back. Ready with the 1-2. Tapped out in front of home. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. It's a great day for baseball. Digging in and looking for more, Albert Almora. Already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. Here's the first pitch to him. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases.
All right, right here. Find the ball. Find the ball.
Hayward rounds the corner and is headed home. And the throw in gets away from him. They'll add on to their total as the run scores all the way from first. So in now for Chicago, Chris Bryant, 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Swanson is there. 2 gone. But he gets back in time, safe at second base. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Anthony Rizzo. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Albert Almora. 3 hits, including a pair of doubles for him thus far. He's set, and the pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Swanson scoops it up. Throw gets him, 2 down. Next will be the designated hitter, Albert Almora. He was a ground out victim last time up. First delivery to him on the way. Back up the middle. On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now. 6-3 the final score today. The Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Kyle Hendricks wins his 3rd of the season. Mike Foltynewicz struggled.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Phillies got 11 hits overall as they plundered the Pirates 7-1. The Brewers combined for 4 total home runs as they beat the visiting Marlins 7-6. The win was their 6th in a row. The Atlanta Braves totaled 11 hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets 4-0. The Diamondbacks knocked out 12 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Giants 7-6. The Yankees went deep 4 times as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 9-5. The Orioles brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 7-5. The Red Sox completed a 3-game series sweep as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 5-3.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Yu Darvish still on the mound to start this 9th inning. He's got a shutout working to this point, so we'll see if he can finish this thing off. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Now a ball lined to the left side. But this is a foul ball. At first, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Indian shortstop behind 1-2 in the count. And he struck him out, and there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game. Striding in for the Indians, Jason Kipnis, who was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him, and he takes a pitch right down the middle. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. The next 0-2. Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. Digging in the switch hitter, Jose Ramirez. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
1-0 the count. The 1-0. And it's fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Russell gonna have to hurry. Throw on to first. He'll be in time to get him. And the Cubs will add 1 more to their winning streak as this ball game is over. And tonight's ends as a 3-0 shutout win. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Jason Hayward may be looking to go deep here as he and his team trail by 1 here in the 9th. Fastball hit on the ground is short. And the throw to first will take care of him, but it comes at a cost as the tying run is in to score. Here's Javier Baez, and he could very well get the intentional pass here, as that would set up a potential double play ball that might keep the game tied. Here's the first pitch. Well hit, left side, and that's through into left, a base hit. The throw home. Tag, not in time. And here in the 9th, they have taken the lead.
Boy, those have to feel really good, Nero. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the 2nd inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out?
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Ready for another shot now. Francisco Mejia. Last time through was a base hit. First pitch on its way. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
On the ground to second for Baez. He's got it. And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out. Tyler Naquin will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 30, Tyler Naquin.
And he takes ball 1. He'll enter play here at 293. 4 home runs and 19 driven in. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And there's ball 2 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swings through it for strike number 2.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. It's the depth of his sinker. Sometimes it's a matter of whether or not it's moving east-west, but that one right there had such good downward action. Great pitch.
3-2 to the Indian center fielder. Payoff pitch on its way. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the 2nd out of the inning.
First baseman, number 7.
Striding in once again, Yan Gomes. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Missed with a slider. Not close. It's 2-0. The 2-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Last strike now for Cleveland. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking for the final out. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that he did.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. The Cubbies came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Steve Cishek And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Javier Baez is at the plate here, having already gone deep twice in this one. Maybe we'll see number 3. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him 0-1. His head-to-head numbers against Adam Ottavino. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Well, we know what this guy's approach is. He's looking to go absolutely deep right here. I don't see him getting anything over the heart of the plate.
Here's a huge swing by Baez and a ball sent to deep left field. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A solo home run there for Javi Baez. His 3rd home run of the ball game, as that makes this an 8-all ball game.
Well, if you would have told him when he woke up this morning that he was going to hit 3 home runs tonight, he would have thought he was dreaming. Well, it's a dream night, but he's wide awake.
Ready for another chance? David Dahl. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Javier Baez will stride in again as he looks to join a very elite list. We take you back to earlier. This was home run number 3 in the ball game, as he'll try and join just a select few with 4 home runs in a single game. A possible winning run on second. No one out. Drilled on the ground to short.
On the bag.
On to first, and they turn the double play. Digging in once again, David Dahl. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Hard hit ball to second. And that's through, a base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores from second to make this a 2-run game now. Ready once again, Javier Baez. And he's shooting for history here as he's homered 3 times in this one. From the stretch. 0-1 the count. A 1 pitch on its way. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. He's able to ride this one high and deep toward right center. Blackmon going back. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. And just like that, this ball game is all tied.
You know, talk about having a great day. 4 home runs in 1 game. I would say that's more than great. That's a spectacular day.
Javier Baez will stand in yet again, and he's looking for history now. We take you back to his last home run. This was his 4th of the ball game, and it needn't be said that 5 in a game has never been done before. And now a diving tag as he hangs on.
Wow, that was a fun one to watch. A great game for guys with the sticks, but for pitchers, not so much. A classic slugfest, and they walk away on top in the end.
11-10 is the end of the line in this score. The Colorado Rockies slugged their way to victory with 15 hits. Jake McGee.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Drew Smiley is on the mound here in the 8th, trying to preserve his shutout, but he does find himself in a bit of a jam. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery.
Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
One and one now the count to the Marlins first baseman. On the ground, back up the box, and it'll get through into center field, a base hit. And the tying run comes around to score from second.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not.
On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden.
Number 41.
Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make it. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. The Chicago Cubs are batting here in the bottom of the inning, looking to send these fans home happy with a walk-off win. Oh, that liner drilled the pitcher right on the mound. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
I know he didn't smoke that one from the offensive standpoint, but you know what? A knock's a knock, especially to lead off an inning. Game tied, and it's getting late. That could prove to be pivotal.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Here's the first pitch. Now here's the line drive. That gets down. It could be extra bases. Here comes the winning run for the plate. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate, and the Cubs have walked it off this afternoon. Well, everyone was treated to a really well-played ball game in this one, and the guy you see there turned in a particularly notable performance, so he's our top player of the game. Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Lots of pink all around for this Mother's Day matchup between the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. It's interleague baseball next on MLB Network. Drew Smyly starts the game on the mound for the third and final game of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
You know, Matt, I was really impressed with him in his last outing. He pitched into the 8th inning, but got a no dis. And if he keeps pitching like that, he's going to start piling up some wins.
Delmonico is there, and he'll bring this one in. And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And they'll add another as this is now a 5-0 game.
Well, we've already had some hard-hit balls in the first 2 innings here, and here's another one. Absolutely jumped off his bat and into the outfield, bringing another run home here in the early going.
Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. We've played 2 full. It's the Cubs 5 and the White Sox nothing. Digging in and looking for more, Albert Almora. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Come on, baby.
Hit on the ground out to short.
Anderson brings it in.
And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. More to come on MLB Network Sunday Baseball. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Albert Almora. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Line toward right center. And a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, I have to give credit to him on the mound for not letting that previous pitch get to him. He wanted it, but he didn't get the call. But I love how he didn't let it affect him, and he comes right back with another good pitch and gets the punch out.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Digging in to try it again, Kyle Schwarber. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Throw over to first, and a dive, but he's back. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the next Cub up, Albert Almora. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Boy, it's really fun for me watching this vet out there battling in this tough spot. We've seen him in jams like this many times before, so he has plenty of experience to be able to get out of these kind of jams. And he's thinking more about that than the task at hand, which is getting this hitter out.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Line drive to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And not in time as the run scores. 8-4 the final this afternoon. Chicago crossed the plate 3 times in the 8th, helping propel them to And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Jose Quintana is back on the mound to start the 8th. He's been dealing to this point as he tries to keep this shutout effort going. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Hey, this guy's pitching pretty well as we're rolling into the late innings. It's interesting, though, his first pitch strike percentage, less than 40% so far in this one.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Here's Ender Inciarte. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Ender Inciarte.
First pitch on its way. And a curveball that started low and broke lower, ball 1. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Advantage count 2-0 to the Braves center fielder.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
And that's the second out. Stepping in for the Braves, Nick Markakis. Tying run standing on deck, which means he'll be looking to get on base any way he can. From the belt, kicks and deals. In tight with the curveball, backed up on him a little there, and it's ball 1.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
The 1-1 now to Markakis. A little bouncer. Swanson at third with 2 away. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. Popped him up. Bryant is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Well, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. The windup and the 0-1. There's a fastball that just misses, ball 1.
This is the big out to get right here. This is their best hitter. He's a great hitter, and he's a guy that kind of spark plug. He gets this team going. So if I'm right now, you really want to try to get this guy out to hopefully keep them from getting a potential big inning started.
And there's 1 gone to start the bottom of the 9th. The next to bat for Atlanta, Kurt Suzuki. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. There's a breaking ball over the outer half.
So far, this has been a very productive outing. We're into the middle innings of this one, and his pitch count is down, and this might be one of those starts where he can work deep into this game, possibly into the 8th or 9th inning.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now. Into the box, Charlie Culberson. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Hard ground ball to third, and that's in there for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game.
Wow, talk about having a pretty special game. That's his 3rd single of the game, D-Row.
3 for 4. Not a bad game.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's giving him right here. If the fastball's away, shooting it the other way. If he's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Taken, called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at-bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Final strike for the Braves. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. 4-0 the score tonight. The Chicago Cubs rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Jose Quintana earns win number 4 on the season. So that just about does it for Mark. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Chris Bryant has been a sight to see at the plate, and he's got a chance in history here, just a double away from finishing off the cycle. And it's gone as they add still another. How about the work the lineups have been doing so far? Ready now for Cincinnati, Scott Schebler. He went down on strikes last time up.
Scott Schebler.
The Reds down to their last strike. Hard hit at third. Bryant's got. Throw on to first. He'll be in time to get him. And the Cubs have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over. 9-6 the final tally in this one. The Cubs wrap up their 20th road win of the season. Kyle Hendricks earns win number 7 on the. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Yu Darvish is on the mound here in the 8th, trying to preserve his shutout, but he does find himself in a bit of a jam. And a high strike there, 0-1.
Well, the Indians have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Happ is there. And that ends the inning. Indians strand. And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count. at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Rizzo is there, one quick out to start inning number 9. In now for Cleveland, Yonder Alonso. He was a ground out victim last time up. And he lays off there, 1-0.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
2-0 now. Two and 1 to the Indians' first baseman.
You know, he fell behind 2-0, Matty, but he battled right there and got right back in this count. An aggressive fastball, middle of the zone.
1-1-1.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw on to first, and now the Indians are down to their final out. Lonnie Chisenhall will stand in. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Lifted the other way to left center. Russell waits on it, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. 11-0 the final shutout total in this one. The Cubbies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back.
Here now is Yu Darvish.
We are set to bring you back. John Lester gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball.
Well, the left fielder's on it, and that retires. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. They'll start things out here in the home 5th, and it's been tough sledding for this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah. Far in this one, Matt, they need something to break their way and wake them up a bit.
Be nice to get these fans involved at some point as well. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Into the bleachers and gone.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Ian Happ, 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Line drive to center field. Jackson has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. 4-2 the final score today. The Chicago Cubs came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Brian
Daytime baseball here on MLB Network.
A Memorial Day get-together for you here at the ballpark between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
It's baseball on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble.
Dig, 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 dig. Go, 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 go.
Baez rounds third and is digging for the plate. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
When this thing left his bat, I started thinking it might have enough to get out of here. Didn't quite carry enough, but it does one-hop the wall off the track, and he cruises into second with an RBI two-bagger. You'll take that every day of the week.
And the runner's breaking for third. And that's through into right field for a base hit. The throw to the plate. LaVarnway's tag. Too late. He's safe at the plate.
Hey, a risky send right there.
Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Albert Almora.
He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Hit hard back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field.
They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound, and they are just going to ambush tactics, and it seems to work for them. Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting
sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Left for the Cubs.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Albert Almora.
He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Hard on the ground towards short. Frazier fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth. Digging in to try it again, Albert Almora. 2-for-3 with a double on his line so far. From the stretch. Hit hard towards second. And he couldn't quite get high enough to pull that one down. It's into right center, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's coming off a solo homer in his previous trip.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single. 3 for 4 right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
And the two-out threat will not come to. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Albert Almora. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. He's set. Here it comes. Bullet back up the middle. Marte will get there, and he puts it away to 6-2 the final total today. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Kyle Hendricks earns his 8th victory of the season. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Brian Dunsing is on the mound looking to keep this game tied, but these fans are hoping to celebrate a walk-off victory. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Weak chopper up the line. LaStella barehands it. Got him. Digging in once again, Corey Dickerson. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. Skied into straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Digging in and looking for more, David Freese. 2 doubles for him to this point in the game. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Ripped down the first base line. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. George Cantos takes the mound to start the 11th inning.
Number 70.
Ready for another chance? Wilson Contreras. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Contreras swings, and this is well hit to left. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Left fielder really never had a chance at that one at all. It was over his head before he knew it, bouncing off the base of the wall for an easy double. Those are the kind of shots anyone would feel good about.
Here's the first pitch. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Marte is under it. He makes the play. Runner tags and hits for third. The tag, and they got him at third. It's a double play. Ready for another shot now. Albert Almora. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hard on the ground towards short. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
Addison Russell.
Here's Addison Russell. Lifted in the air out to center field. Marte is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Josh Bell the next to hit. Lifetime against Brian Dunsing. He's just 1 for 6. First pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and hit deep to left center. This one has a chance. And it is trouble that finds the gap for extra bases. Digging hard. He's headed for third. And he's going to make it. The winning run at third with nobody out. Up next for the Buccos, Francisco Cervelli. He's gone hitless to this point.
Not a great game up to this point, but none of that would matter if he could come through right here. A chance to be the hero.
Swing and a fly ball, and that should be deep enough to end it. He'll make the catch, but it ought to be academic now. And they're going to walk off with a 4-3 victory. It was mostly pitching and defense in this one, but the man you see here made some noise with the bat, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he picked up 2 hits in this one, and both.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Kyle Schwarber bats here with an 11-game hitting streak on the line. No hits yet, so a bit of pressure on him in this at-bat. He's set, and the pitch. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Got a way to square it up. Great job.
Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tucked, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Here's Jay Bruce now. Lifetime numbers against Justin Wilson. He's only 2 for 10. Hit in the air out to left field. Schwarber is after it. Around first, digging for 2. And that one skips up over. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Reyes. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Schwarber sprinting after it. 2 gone. Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
Asdrubal Cabrera.
This one's smoked the other way. High and deep to left. And it's gone as they add still another.
I know one thing, with this homer, it might make the decision to send the starter back out there a little easier for the manager. You've got some wiggle room now, and he's been pitching well. So I expect they'll be having that conversation in the dugout. You know he wants to go back out there.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Schwarber is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
Arno.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Schwarber is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Now, beautiful look there outside the home of the Mets here in Flushing. Ready once again, Kyle Schwarber. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. First pitch on its way. Schwarber connects and sends a ball to deep right field. But he's going to get there as he runs it down on the warning track for the 2nd out of the inning. This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. New York jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Jose Quintana still on the mound to start this 9th inning. He's got a shutout working to this point, so we'll see if he can finish this thing off. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
So we got him swinging. David Wright is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. First delivery to him on the way. Fouled off. 1 out, nobody on. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a wasted pitch there, 1-2.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball. might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step. Striding in once again, Jake Bruce. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
The 1-1. And he fouls this one off. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game. Now to the plate, the Mets DH, Wilmer Flores. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
No balls and 1 strike. Now the 0-1. Fouled away. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. A little bouncer. Cespedes, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first. And that 1 run held up tonight, 1-0 the final. Chicago rack up a division leading 40th victory of the season. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Kyle Hendricks still on the mound to start this 9th inning. He's got a shutout working to this point, so we'll see if he can finish this thing off. No balls and a strike to count. The windup and the 0-1. A tough sinker on the inside corner.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Line hard, but foul. The 1-2. Gets the outside corner, strike 3. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it. Hey, this guy's pitching pretty well as we're rolling into the late innings. It's interesting, though. His first pitch strike percentage, less than 40% so far in this one.
There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Another one sent foul.
Batter's going to have to find a way to regroup right there. That caught too much of the plate. He knew it. He missed it. He might not get another opportunity to put the ball in play.
Swing and a little tapper. Conforto behind, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last is a great example.
Tapper up the line. Throw on to first, and the Mets are down to their final out. Here's Yoenis Cespedes. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
Okay, I see where this guy's going, right? He wants to pitch backwards, a little 0-0 curveball. Don't be shocked if this hitter's sitting all over that same pitch right here.
Behind 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. 4-0 to score tonight. Chicago took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Kyle Hendricks earned his 9th win of the year. So that'll just about do it for Mark DeRosa. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Yu Darvish is back on the mound to start the 8th. He's been dealing to this point as he tries to keep this shutout effort going. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Now a spin and a throwback to second, and he's back standing. Cabrera leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Sliders in for a strike.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Hal is there. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Reyes. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Here's Juan Lagares now. He's got a base hit tonight. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch out. Juan Lagares was sent packing for the first out in the bottom of the 9th. Darvish pauses. First pitch on its way. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Hayward is there, and quickly 2 are gone here, and it's not looking good for the home 9. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Yoenis Cespedes. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first will be in time to get him. And the Cubs have taken the finale here. They win the series 3-1 as the ball game is over. A single run good enough to do it today. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Kyle Schwarber may be looking at his last opportunity to extend his hitting streak, which currently bounce to the right into the loaded up infield. Santana's got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. 3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Yu Darvish is on the mound here in the 8th, trying to preserve his shutout, but he does find himself in a bit of a jam. There's a strike. On the ground to first. Rizzo charging in on it, and it's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to third here. Josh Bell the next to hit. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Hey, that's a well-executed pitch right there. That might have started middle, but you saw it breaking away to that outer part of the zone. This left-handed batter right here has got two decisions to make. Is he going to ground out to second base all day, or is he going to drive the ball the other way?
And it's fouled away.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Popped him up. Bryant in foul ground. And he brings it in on the warning track. So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Corey Dickerson, runner in scoring position with two gone. First pitch of the at-bat. Just a bit jumpy that time, swung on and missed. Missed with a slider. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think that's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that
Here's Gregory Polanco starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Here's the 0-1. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Tapped down the line. Played on the backhand. Throw on to first for the out. That is how the ninth inning gets underway. Sean Rodriguez. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And the pitch. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? Into the bleachers and gone.
Well, when you're down a bunch of runs, you know the last thing they want to do is walk you. So right there, he picks on a good one to hit and plants it right over the wall.
Francisco Cervelli.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 0-1. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy. Bury it in on his hands. He finds himself down 0-2 now. He doesn't know if he's coming back in there or going breaking stuff down and away.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
No balls and 1 strike. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Pittsburgh down to their last strike. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over. 7-1 the final today. Chicago took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Yu Darvish earned his 9th win of the year.
TGIF and welcome.
Time to get the weekend started. And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Pham moves over. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Ready for another chance? Albert Almora, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. From the stretch.
Let's go.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Jerko gets dirty. Hats off to that one. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Albert Almora, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First offering on its way. Here's a first pitch changeup that swung on and chopped foul right at home plate.
2 outs, nobody on, but a base runner here feels like it would really change the complexion of the inning.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. If this two-hitter finds a way on, it really sets up the very good middle part of the order to do some damage after all.
Oh, that hit him. Let's hope he's okay. No chance to recover, and let's hope he's okay out there.
Hey, after that hit right there, Dero, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now, Chris Bryant. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. His career line against Waka. He's got 22 hits in 45 at-bats. Also of note, the 4 home runs he's hit against him. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Ozuna is under it. He's got it to end the inning as they'll strand the tying run in scoring position. Cubs strand a couple. They're down 3-2. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
Yeah, Dan, he's got to feel pretty good about that. Not only did he have a great AB, first pitch hacking, but he smoked that ball to mix in a ribby knock.
Boy, he did. He must have had a pretty good plan of attack walking into that batter's box, and he had an idea of the pitch that he was going to get, and boy, he sure turned it loose and buggy whipped that one.
Now batting.
Riding in once again, Chris Bryant. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Pitch is popped up. Under it is Carpenter, and that's out number 2. On to first, and they get the double play. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate. Ready once again, Albert Almora. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. But this won't get by the shortstop as he's there to take it in for the 8-4 tonight. The Chicago Cubs, with their 50th team win, tops in the division. Yu Darvish gets to double.
welcome to the gateway to the West. Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Albert Almora. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the at-bat. Bounces to the left side. Throw on to first, and Wainwright has it working now. 2 away. With that, a look at the Cubbies. Digging in for his second at-bat, Albert Almora. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Pham ranging back, still ranging back. And it's gone as they add still another. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Albert Almora. He went deep last time up.
Goes to show you how strong this guy is. That wasn't a bad breaking ball that he hit for a home run in that last at bat. That ball was down and away. He went out and hooked it and pulled it. This guy's definitely a good hitter.
You're seeing this lineup's eyes light up when this guy's missing over the heart of the plate. Not only is he missing over the heart of the plate, he's missing up. That's an excellent job right there to make him pay once again.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. Digging in once again, Anthony Rizzo. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. 3-1 pitch. He loses him on ball 4. Digging in to try it again, Kyle Schwarber. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Schwarber connects and sends a ball to deep right field. Bader is there. And he brings it in on the warning track. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Obviously, he's hoping for more up there with the bases loaded, but you can't be too upset with a sac fly.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. Pitch is high. The throw. It's there. He's out trying to take third. Albert Almora will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning. As we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Hit sharply toward the right side. A dive, but he can't come up with it in right as it skips right past him. Baez is on his way home. And a relay to the plate. Safe at the plate as they tack on 1 more to make it 7-3 now.
Yeah, you want to applaud the effort as he sells out for it, but the smarter move would have been to take a deeper angle and cut the ball off. He does that, and the runner probably doesn't score from first. On the flip side, great piece of hitting right there.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He's hitless coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double digits with it. You know, he wants to keep it going as long as possible, but this very well could be the last chance to do that.
Now batting.
The next Cub up, Kyle Schwarber. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through. Boy, not close again. His 3rd walk of the inning as that misses for ball 4. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. This is hit on the ground to first. Is he going to get out of this? He is, as he gets the 3 unassisted putout, and that. So in now for Chicago, Albert Almora. He'll look to keep it going. 3 for 4 so far in the ballgame. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now here's a shot out toward the gap in right center.
You're scoring. You're scoring. You're scoring.
Baez rounds the corner and is headed home. He will score, and it's now a 6-run lead. Wow, have a day. He's just completed the cycle, folks.
Wow, one of the toughest things to do in baseball, right? Hit for the cycle in one game, single, double, triple, homer. all in one game. Congratulations.
Here's a little chopper up the middle. Backhanded. On to first, but it's too late as the first base umpire says they just missed getting him at the bag. Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he was staring at his last at-bat right there, or probably his last at-bat. Would have been tough to get him another AB in this one, but he's able to get it done.
Hey, better late than never, and I'm sure when he walked into that batter's box right there, he's thinking, this very well could be my last AB of this game, so if I'm going to keep this streak alive, going to have to do it right now.
Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. Liner toward right center. Boy, and the shellacking continues as this is down for extra bases. A run in. Here's a second runner around third. He scores as they push their lead to 8 now.
Man, if I was on the mound, I would not let this guy hurt me. He's been tearing the cover off the ball the entire series, and he drives 2 more in right here.
He is definitely a man on a mission, and he's making a huge impact.
Wow, a 9-out save? That's 3 full innings. You don't see that very often these days. It's awfully nice to have a guy in the back end of your bullpen that can pitch that kind of work.
11th. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Kyle Schwarber is at the plate here, having already gone deep twice in this one. Maybe we'll see number 3 here. First offering on its way. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are. And that'll bring in the speedy left-handed hitter Andrew Toles. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. This is in the air to left. In there, a base hit.
Man, he's seeing it like a beach ball right now. Even his soft contact is finding holes there.
He's making it nearly impossible for a pitcher right now. Up, down, in and out, hard, soft. Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
10-6, the final score in this game. The Dodgers scored 10 runs on the way to victory. Ross Stripling gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon for the victorious Dodgers. 10 runs on...
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Anthony Rizzo may be looking at his last opportunity to extend his hitting streak, which currently stands at 14 games. Becomes set. Here's the and a whiff at a good slider that time. Lifted the other way out to left center. Hamilton is under it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly.
Obviously, he's hoping.
Stepping into the box, Anthony Rizzo. His lifetime numbers against Iglesias, just a 3 for 13 batting line. He's taken him deep once. Swung on, and this ball is absolutely crushed. Forget about it. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. As they believe it, it's 6-6 now.
As a fellow once said, the only park that ball wouldn't have made it out of.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Billy Hamilton. And looking to improve on a 1 for 5 effort so far. Ripped on the ground to first. And that is going to sneak on through into right. It's a 1-out single.
Hey, nice piece of hitting right there to put the winning run on base. I know there's one.
So striding forward now, Anthony Rizzo. He'll kick things off here in the 11th.
Anthony Rizzo.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Line drive to left. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double. Baseball's a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
No question, he's swinging the bat very well of late. And when that's the case, you can't wait to get in the batter's box. Definitely the case in this game. That's his second base knock. This one for extra bases.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Jeanette is there, and there's one away.
The catcher, number 4.
Striding into the box, Wilson Contreras. His career line against Jared Hughes. He's just 2 for 12. Here's the first pitch. Line towards center field. Hamilton is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And a relay home, and he is out at the plate, trying to take the lead, but this game's going to... Mike Freeman will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Now playing first base.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Jeanette. First pitch of the at-bat. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
A ball and a strike. Tapped up the first baseline. And they'll apply the tag here for the out. Ready now for Cincinnati, Eugenio Suarez. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Line to the right side. And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. Now the 0-2 pitch. A fastball that just misses inside.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
Schebler even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. In now for the Reds, Phil Gosselin. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here's the first pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. Possible winning run stands at first with 2 out here. 1-2 now.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it...
Looking at a fastball to end the inning. Reds leave 1. Score remains tied 6 apiece. Kevin Quackenbush gets the ball as he'll take over to start this 12th inning. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. He'll lead things off now as we play inning number 12. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Hamilton going back, and they have taken the lead.
Well, somebody's anxious to end this thing and get the heck out of here. We'll see if that leadoff homer stands up. Either way, that's definitely a way to start the extra frame.
Here's Addison Russell as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Attempting to, as they say, get off the schneid here. 0 for 5 so far. Russell behind 0-2. Quackenbush playing here in his age 29 season. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
Hey, I think if you ask this guy honestly how his season's gone so far, he'd tell you he's not happy with it. It's been kind of an average year for him, but he has time to get hot and make that salary push.
Here's Jason Hayward now. First offering on its way. Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up on the backhand. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs.
Now at the plate, Ben Zobrist. 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. He's set. Here it comes. Line drive to center field. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. The relay, and he'll get in there safely.
Sometimes the first pitch is the best pitch you'll see all at bat. Definitely coming out of his shoes, aggressive style. First pitch, base hit up the middle.
Here's Javier Baez. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Into the upper deck and gone. We're watching an impressive power display today. With that one, these 2 teams have now hit a combined 5 homers in this game.
Matty V, this is turning into home run derby part 2. D-Row, 5 bombs already in this one.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bat rack for both teams.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. At the plate, Stuart Turner. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A high fastball is in there. Looking at strike 2, a fastball that catches the inside corner. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away. Here's Billy Hamilton standing in. Last time through was a base hit. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Popped him up. Hayward coming on. He gets there, and that's the second out. And here's Jose Peraza. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Hey, this boy ain't messing around right now. Attacking his zone, showing a lot of confidence in his stuff. He's got 2 quick outs, and now he's got this guy down 0-2.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
9-6 the final tally in this one. The Chicago Cubs get their 30th win on the road so far this season. Carl Edwards Jr.